Welcome to the Fall into Bridge online regional mini lessons. My name is Donna Compton and the clue is in the bidding. So here we have north, south, and south is the dealer. We're going to do some hand evaluation to begin with. Now let's focus on the south hand, and anytime you see a lot of high cards and a long suit, don't even bother counting those high card points. It's a waste of those precious seconds on the clock. What you want to do is count tricks. And we'll start with the heart suit. Anytime you have a 5-card suit or longer, you're going to get 5 tricks for that 5-card suit, or 6 tricks for the 6-card suit, or 7 tricks for the 7-card suit, and so on. And then you subtract out any missing ace, king, or queen. So in our hand today, we have 7 hearts and we're missing the queen of hearts. So we're going to get 6 tricks for the heart suit. In the club suit, we have the ace, king, queen of clubs. So we're going to get 3 tricks for the club suit. And in diamonds, now this is a tricky combination. If we play the diamonds out of South's hand, in other words, if we use the promotion technique and lead out the king of diamonds, forcing out the ace, and then promoting the queen of diamonds, we get 1 trick. But if we can find our way over to North's hand and lead up towards the king, queen of diamonds twice and play east for the ace of diamonds, then we could have 2 quick tricks. So what we're going to do is call this diamond suit 1.5 quick tricks. So our total quick tricks are 6 hearts, 3 clubs is 9, and 1.5 diamonds is 10.5 tricks. So in other words, South knows that the partnership belongs in game. What South doesn't know is perhaps slam. Well, to investigate this idea, what we want to do is start with a 2-club opening bid by South. West and East are going to pass throughout, and North wants to make a simple 2-diamond response. Now there's all sorts of conventions you can play over a strong 2-club opener. What I would recommend is just make a 2-diamond waiting bid. Big idea is responder doesn't know how to evaluate their hand. Do they count their high card points, or do they count their controls? Do they count their short suit points, right? There's no hand evaluation available because South can have 2 different hands with their strong 2-club opener. They can have the long distributional suit hand, which is our example in today's hand, or they can have a balanced hand with 22 or more high card points. So in this example, when South rebids 2 hearts, they're showing the distributional hand. And North now wants to evaluate controls, not high card points. In other words, North and South, neither hand now needs to count their high card points. It saves time on the clock. What they want to count are tricks in the South hand to open the 2-club bid and controls in the North hand. Now, North has 3 ways to raise hearts, right? South's 2-heart rebid is showing at least 8.5 quick tricks and at least a 5-card heart suit. It is forcing 1 round. North can't pass, that's not an option, but it's not forcing to game, okay? That's a big myth out there. It is forcing 1 round, so North needs to bid again, right? And remember, we're not counting high card points, we're counting controls. So North could raise to 4 hearts. 4 hearts would say, hey partner, I have at least 3 hearts with you, but I don't have any ace, king, void, or singleton in anywhere in my hand, in the trump suit or in the side suits, right? So North doesn't want to bid 4 hearts in this hand because they have the ace of diamonds. The ace of diamonds is considered a control. North could go through a negative bid by bidding either 2 no or 3 clubs, which is a popular negative bid by responder to 2 clubs opener. And that wouldn't be right here either, because that would be showing less than 2 queens. And North, again, has that control in their hand. So the biggest bid North can make, and they have it here, is the 3-heart bid. Raising to 3 hearts shows South that 1, North has at least 3-card support in the heart suit, right? Because North only knows South has 5 or more hearts with the 2-heart rebid. And it says, hey partner, I have an ace, a king, a singleton, or a void in my hand somewhere. You don't know where it is, but somewhere I have an ace, a king, a singleton, or a void. Now I can have more, but I have at least one ace, king, singleton, or void. Okay, so now what does South do with this information? Well, South now knows that hearts are trump. South would love to bid 4-0, right? They just, let's go to slam, partner. I'm excited, right? But South has a void. And bidding 4-0 with a void is a big no-no. There are exceptions, always exceptions. But in this case, what South needs to do is cue bid. Now, depending on whether you play Italian cue bids or American cue bids, South here would cue bid 3 spades to say, I have a void or I have an ace in the spade suit, playing American cue bids. If North-South were playing Italian cue bids, that 3 spade bid could be an ace, a king, or singleton, or a void. Sound familiar? Okay. So let's just play American cue bids for our discussion here. So South is showing the ace of spades or a void in spades and saying, hey, North, tell me about your aces and voids. So North looks over their hand, and in a cue bidding sequence, you always want to go up the bidding ladder. Okay, so from 3 spades, North would see if they could bid 4 clubs to show the ace of clubs or a void in clubs. North doesn't have the ace of clubs or void in clubs, so they want to bid 4 diamonds up the bidding scale to show the ace of diamonds or a void in diamonds. Now, from South's perspective, South is thinking, well, if they have a void in diamonds, I can trump my diamonds, right? I can use the dummies' hearts because they've raised hearts. We know that North has hearts, at least 3 hearts in their hand. I could trump out my diamonds, but that would mean that the defenders have 10 diamonds and they haven't bothered to bid or double the 4 diamond cue bid. So as South, I would actually be playing my partner for the ace of diamonds on this hand. Then we count our losers, right? South actually has all the information they need on this hand. From South's perspective, they have at least 10 hearts, right? So even if North-South is missing the queen of hearts, that queen, high odds, is going to drop under the ace king. So I would count no heart losers based on partner raising 2 hearts to 3 hearts. In clubs, I would count no club losers. And in diamonds, playing partner for the ace of diamonds or a void, because I know I can trump them out if that's the case, then I would say I have no diamond losers. Well, when you have no losers, what else do you bid but jump to 7 hearts? All right, so we get to 7 hearts. And now we have to make the hand. Okay, so West is on lead, and West leads out the king of spades. Now let's talk about that king of spades. Usually, common application is that we lead ace from ace king. Generally, our agreement is that we lead ace from ace king at trick 1. One of the exceptions to leading ace from ace king at trick 1 is at the 5 level, the 6 level, or the 7 level. In that case, when you have the ace king, you lead out the king. So declarer doesn't know if West is leading from the ace king or the king queen. Except on this hand, we can see the queen of spades in North's hand, so South knows that West has the ace of spades. Well, it's not going to go too far, right? So let's now put up our net, our declare thought process, and walk through how to play this hand. So here we go. Let's put our net up on the screen, and N stands for number of losers we can have. Okay, number of losers we can have is 0, a big old goose egg, right? We're in 7 hearts. We can't afford any losers. E stands for number of losers to eliminate. Well, let's count our losers once again. We did it in the auction to know what our final contract is, but now that we can see the dummy, we can count those losers once again. So we identify the South hand as our master hand. and North's hand is our cover card hand. And we count the losers in South's hand using North's extra winners as cover cards to eliminate the losers in the South hand. So with 10 hearts missing the queen, we're going to assume that queen is going to drop. So I would say no heart losers. In diamonds, well, we're missing the ace of diamonds, but we look over to North's hand, and North's ace of diamonds takes care of the 8 of diamonds in South's hand and makes the king, queen of diamonds good. So no diamond losers there. And then in the clubs, we have no club losers. So it looks like a pretty simple hand, right? Once you count out your losers, you say, what could go wrong? Well, what could go wrong is that East or West has all of the outstanding 3 hearts with the queen, right? In other words, the queen doesn't drop under the ace king. That's what could go wrong. Well, we have to see if that's what happens. So it looks like we have no losers, right? And the first T would be technique. What could go wrong is maybe the hearts are 3-0, right? And we have to take a finesse. So the heart suit would be our working suit, and finesse would be our technique. And then the second T would be transportation. And that is our puzzle of today's hand, transportation. If the hearts are 3-0, right? If West has queen third of hearts, we're down 1. Everyone in the room is down 1. But if East has the queen third of hearts, how are we getting to the dummy? We actually have 2 ways, right? We can use the diamond suit and just high card, right? Leave the 8 of diamonds to the ace, right? High card. Or we could use the club suit and trump a club. Play the ace of clubs, the king of clubs, the queen of clubs, and trump over in North's hand, and then take a finesse through East for the queen third of hearts, right? So we'll use the trumping technique. Now we have to decide which one do we want to use. Well, let's get to the point where we have to make that decision. Let's see if those hearts are breaking 3-0. I'm thinking at this point, you guys are thinking hearts must be 3-0 because why are we discussing the hand, right? Okay, so let's play the first trick. And we're going to trump. In general, a good guideline is to trump with a middle card. When you have a super strong trump suit, just make it a technique that you trump with the middle card, okay? And then we cash the ace of hearts. And West shows out. Oh my gosh, what could go wrong has gone wrong, right? So now East has the queen small of hearts. Now they followed to 1, but that means they have the queen X remaining, and we need to find our way from South's hand to North's hand. Transportation issue, right? Well, we can take the 8 of diamonds to the ace. We have 7 diamonds. That's a bit risky because East or West could be trumping. Well, East in this case, because they're the only ones left with trump, right? East could be trumping a diamond. If we lead an 8 of diamonds over to the ace to take the heart finesse through East, who has the remaining queen 8 of hearts, East may trump a diamond and we'd be down. So maybe we should cash the ace of clubs, cash the king of clubs, and trump a club, right? And then lead a heart through East. Well, that's an option too. We have 7 diamonds and we have only 5 clubs. General guideline is you want to move from hand to hand, from south to north, in the suit that you have the fewer number cards, right? And that's sort of a logic idea, is the fewer cards you have, the more cards the opponents have, so it's less likely that they'll be trumping that suit. Well, let me go ahead and erase the screen here, just clean up a bit. And let's try both ways, right? Let's try the club, just to show you what might happen. We could cash the ace of clubs, cash the king of clubs, and trump the queen of clubs. I know it's good, but we need the transportation from South's to North's hand, and East may over ruff. and we're down 1. Let's start from the beginning. We get the king of spades opening lead. Let's trump that spade with a middle heart. Cash the ace of hearts to see if the hearts are breaking, because if hearts break, this is an easy hand, right? And they don't break. So now we know that East has the queen and a little heart left. So we're trying to get from South's hand to North. So let's give the clubs another try here. Ace of clubs, king of clubs, and we trump a club and it's successful. And then we can lead our 10 of hearts to finesse East out of their queen and 1 heart. Well, on the actual hand, when we trump the king of spades and we cash the ace of clubs and we cash the king of clubs and we lead the queen of clubs to rough, I know it's a good trick, but I need that transportation, and East over roughs because they only have 2 clubs. They started life with 2 clubs and we're down 1. So let's go back to where we trump with our middle trump here. And we travel from South to North's hand to the ace of diamonds. Now remember, our general rule is we want to travel in the suit that we have fewer cards in, less likely for the opponents to trump. We have 7 diamonds and we have 5 clubs. So the general guideline would tell us to travel in the club suit by cashing the ace of clubs, cashing the king of clubs, and trumping the queen of clubs. But in this case, traveling from South to North's hand with the ace of diamonds, right? Actually, before we do that, we would cash 1 round of hearts, find out the bad break, right? And then travel in the diamond suit over to the ace and take a finesse through East. So what's the difference on this hand? Why is it an exception, right? Well, it's an exception because we didn't hear something in the auction. If we go back to the auction and over the 7 heart bid, right? East has an opportunity to make what's called a Leitner double. And because East didn't make a Leitner double, declarer South actually knows it's safer to travel from South to North's hand in the diamond suit. So what's a Leitner double? It generally happens at the 6 level and the 7 level, and it's against a suit contract. So 6 of a suit or 7 of a suit. And it says to partner, hey partner, find my void. I have a void. If you find it, I'll rough and we'll set the hand, right? Now, it generally calls for the dummy's first bid suit. And in this case, North bid diamonds. Even though it's artificial, North bid diamonds, and the Leitner double would call for a diamond lead, saying, partner, if you lead a diamond, I'll trump and we'll set 7 hearts. But that's not what happened. It went 7 hearts, pass, pass, pass. Very quiet in the auction. And that is our big clue. The clue is in the bidding. The lack of the Leitner double tells us that it's safer to travel in the diamond suit because East didn't double for a diamond. We know East is going to follow to at least 1 diamond. And East is our danger hand here, right? Because East has the 3 hearts. So let me show all the cards and start from the King of Spades opening lead. So you can see what's happening in the opponent's hand. And the first trick comes around and we trump with a middle spot card. Anytime you have a really strong hand, you want to trump with a middle spot card. Just make it part of your game. So when it matters, you've done it right. And we cash the ace of hearts, planning on everyone following because we're only missing 3. But then West shows out. This is where what could go wrong goes wrong. We need to find a way, a safe entry from South's hand to North's hand to finesse East out of their queen of hearts. right? General guideline is to travel in the suit that you have fewer cards in because your opponents have more cards in it and it's less likely that they will be trumping. But the clue here in the bidding is East's final pass. East didn't double, make a Leitner double. It's actually named after a guy that's been long since passed. Leitner double, you can look it up. And it says at the 6 or 7 level, if you double, well, at the 6 level, it's saying, hey, I have a void. If you find my void, I've got an ace and we can set the contract. At the 7 level, it's purely just saying, hey, if you lead dummies first bid suit, I have a void there. I'll rough and they will go down in their contract, right? So East's lack of the Leitner double tells us that it's safe to travel in the diamond suit rather than the club suit on this hand. It's an exception to traveling in the suit you have fewer cards in, right? We have 7 diamonds and 5 clubs. So we go 8 of diamonds over to the ace and lead the 10 of hearts. And if East covers, we cover. If East plays low, let's play low because we saw West show out, right? And we do 1 more finesse, which picks up East's queen, and then we can claim. The opponents are out of hearts, so we can cash our ace of clubs and our king of clubs and our queen of clubs, and no need to rough the queen of clubs now because we were using that just as a transportation in our other example. And the king of diamonds and the queen of diamonds, and then we have all good hearts for making 7. If we go back and try looking at all the hands, the clubs, right? Trump with the middle spot card, cash the ace of hearts, find out the bad break, and use our general guideline of traveling in our shorter suit, we don't make our grand, right? When we lead the queen of clubs and trumpet, East can over trump. Because of the clue, the final pass by East, we can trump with the middle spot, cash the ace of hearts, travel in diamonds because there was no Leitner double at the end of the auction asking for dummies first bid suit. Travel in diamonds to the ace of diamonds, take the finesse. If East covers, then win the king and pull East last heart. If East plays low, then we repeat the finesse and then claim. South's hand is all good. So let's bring it back up to see all the cards. And what a fun exception. Who knew the final pass held the clue in the hand? Well, that does it for the clue is in the bidding for our Fall into Bridge online regional mini lesson. Again, my name is Donna Compton. If you have any questions, you can reach me at donna@playbetterbridge.com. I'd love for you to visit my teaching website, which is playbetterbridge.com. I have video lessons for all levels. I also have live lessons throughout the year. You can join the PBB Wallet program and receive 20% discount on the video lessons and the live lessons when they're going on. And finally, be sure to visit Play Better Bridge's YouTube channel. There are hundreds of short mini lessons available to you to enjoy, those little bridge tips that make a big difference in your game. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.